Well, let's play 2 eventually. Took a while, but long day at the ballpark here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis wraps up with a doubleheader split for the Yankees, who dropped the first game 11-4 and then won the nightcap here by a final of 6-2. Luis Severino got hit hard, rocked in the first game, and really Sevy is kind of out of answers there. You thought he had turned the corner his last time out with 6 scoreless innings against Texas back at home. We've talked a lot about the new fresh haircut, 2017 Sevy. Well, this was not it, and he really kind of was searching for answers after this one. Hit the similar notes of he's just not helping the team right now, and he needs to be better, and so the search goes on. But he had 4 really rough ones leading into that Texas start. That seemed like the glimmer of hope there, and now this is a step backwards. So that game was a loss there, kind of a lost cause early on, though Josh Donaldson did get to enter the game, fulfilling a dream of his. He had wanted for a long time to pitch in a major league game, and finally got to. It was his first pitching appearance as a pro. Hadn't been out there on the mound since his college days at Auburn. So he went 1-2-3 in the 8th inning there. And then it was on to game 2, a kind of a quick turnaround. And that was going to be a bullpen game for the Yanks. And so they tabbed Ian Hamilton to start that game. Michael King picked up the win, 3 1/3 innings, 1 hit, scoreless relief. King did a really nice job. And he said that he's beginning to feel a little bit more like himself. Still, there were a couple pitches here and there where he wasn't quite feeling it. He wants to get to a point where he's just repeating his delivery over and over and doesn't have to think about it. But he was overall pretty satisfied with going up there, not giving up hits, throwing up zeros. Not too difficult to get excited about that one if you're a member of the bullpen. And if you're a member of the Yankee bullpen, you got celebrated tonight because that was the recipient. The bullpen as a whole got the championship belt. And, of course, they had Tommy Kahnle make the speech. And King said that Kahnle's speech was some much-needed high energy after a long day at the yard. Offensive stars in Game 2. Well, let's start with Harrison Bader, who got a nice ovation from the crowd of more than 40,000 here. Actually, it was a mix of Game 1 and Game 2 crowd, and the Cardinals just basically said, hey, come on in. If you were here for Game 1, you get to stay for Game 2. So they all applauded Bader, who played here in St. Louis for 6 years, I believe, and said that it meant the world to him to have that support from the fans who cheer for the Cardinals and still cheer for Harrison Bader. He had a sac fly in that first inning. Anthony Volpe in the second inning, an RBI triple to the wall. And look, I told you so about the chicken parm, right? We go back to June 12th and the day that he was in Watchung, New Jersey, and sat there with the iPad with Austin Wells. You know the whole story by now. Volpe is hitting almost 400 since that point. It's over 370. He's hitting the ball to all fields. The new stance is working, and so is it the chicken parm? I say yes, but more likely it's the stance adjustments. And he has really kind of adjusted back after pitchers had their way with him. So encouraging signs there from Volpe. Encouraging signs also from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who was on base all 4 times in the nightcap. He had 3 singles and a walk, scored on a safety squeeze. Jose Trevino dropped down in the late innings there. The Yankees played a little small ball, and that's what Bader talked about. He said, look, when we're hitting home runs and runs are coming in bunches, it's easy. This is where they have to kind of scrape a little, and you saw more of that tonight here. They played some small ball, and they scratched out a win. So they can go for a series victory tomorrow here at Busch Stadium, day game, and it's a great pitching matchup. Garrett Cole against old friend Jordan Montgomery. So sleep fast, and we'll be back here at Busch Stadium. That's the Hokey Pokey. That's what it's all about. Once again, your final scores from St. Louis. In Game 1, 11-4, Yankees lose. In Game 2, they win 6-2. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.